Hello, No Limits Nation. My name is Christy Segala, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm a diamond coach on the team. And tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about challenge groups. Now, challenge groups to me are the beating heart of your business. These are the forums where we get our customers, we get our people results, and we transform the customer into the coach. If you aren't running at least one challenge group per month, then you're not going to have success in this business. I'm running or I'm helping to run about 8 groups right now. People need guidance and accountability to complete these home workouts. If you just make the sale and leave them to their own devices, chances are they're not going to complete their program and they're not going to get their results, and you will not have a repeat customer, let alone a new coach. So just like anything, there needs to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. So I want to break this all down for you tonight and tell you how I run one of my groups. And please feel free to take notes because I know if I don't write things down, it goes completely out of my head. So feel free to take notes. Start small. If you're nervous about starting a full-blown challenge group or you're having a hard time finding interested prospects, run a free one for 7 days. Be creative and pick a topic that you can get people engaged with, such as water or plank challenge. And I know some people may think water, like, what's so exciting about water, but I was actually a part of a water challenge recently. My friend Kylie ran it, and she's like the queen of water infusion. And it was really great. People were loving it. They were engaging. They were posting their recipes, in their water bottles every day. And it was really fun. I just ran one for a 30-day ab challenge, and I would post a 5 to 10 minute ab workout daily for 5 days a week. And each of the workouts were featuring one of the trainers from Beachbody. So I did Autumn and Shanti, Tony Horton, Sagi, and Shailene. So so that those are a couple ideas. You can do clean eating. You can do a crock pot challenge. I know Maris and Aaron ran a really cool crock pot challenge. So just be creative, and this gets your prospects used to the challenge group format at no cost to them. This will get them into the environment of an actual program challenge group. And once it's finished, it's a perfect opportunity to have them graduate to a 7-day Shakeology challenge or another longer term challenge group. The production phase of your challenge group. I always like to pick a program that is near and dear to me, but especially for those of you who haven't run one yet and it's your first time, because you're going to have a lot more to offer your challengers in the way of advice if you have a personal connection with that program. I've run groups where I've completed the program, and I've run groups where I have not done the program, and the engagement in the ones that I have completed far outreaches, the other groups that I've done. But don't worry if you have not completed a program, which all of us should have a program at home, or if not, should be in the mail on its way the second, because we have to be proof of the product. But choose one and make a post and see if anybody wants to go on the journey with you, because people love relatability. And if they feel the playing field is even, they're gonna feel comfortable with you. So pick a date for the formal start, which I try to do 3 weeks from the date of my post, always on a Monday. This gives people time to flirt with the idea and then order their packages, and it gives them the 7 to 10 business days to get it in the mail. And whoever likes my challenge group status, I reach out to and I say, I see that you liked my post on so and so challenge group, and I don't know if this is for you or not, but if not, do you know somebody that might be interested in doing this with me? And then you're going to go into the whole 5-step invitation with them. Groups with multiple coaches. This is a big one for me. So if you're having a hard time finding 3 challengers, see if another coach would like to join in with you, and you can both run it together and get more people that way. When I run groups with others, I always ask what time that they would like to post. in the morning or at night, and then I take whichever one they don't want. This way we're only responsible for one post a day, and we're not posting over top of each other and wondering who's going to post what when. It makes things more organized. And the whole day in the group is covered. A rule of thumb that I have for doing joint challenge groups or putting people in other people's challenge groups. This is a big one for me. It's a pet peeve because I see it all the time, and it really drives me bananas, is when somebody puts someone in a group, in another coach's group, and then they just disappear and go MIA and don't post in that group. This is really confusing to your customers because it's pretty much abandoning them. It's hard enough for some people to be in a challenge group, let alone being put in one, and then you pretty much tell them, okay, see you later, good luck, with your program. Chances are they're not going to stick with that group because they're not going to feel comfortable. So you have to make sure your presence is known in that other group, and you still have to check in with your customers weekly and make sure everything's going okay. And always ask, if you're using someone else's group, always ask the coach that's running the group if they need help or if they'd like you to do any tasks, or it's just common courtesy, because they're worried about their own customers and running the group, and they don't need to be taking care of your customers as well. So make your presence known. Setting up your Facebook group. Once I've gotten at least 3 challengers, I create the actual group. I always put a nice cover photo on it, and I make a cool description to make it 100% complete. You want to make it look professional and colorful, so it's appealing every time your challengers go in to read and post. I use what's called Canva app. It's CANVA. And I use that to do my cover photos because in that program, it ensures that the photo is going to fit perfectly in that box. It looks really tacky if you use a cover photo where, Autumn's head is halfway cut off, or half of the text is cut off and you can't read everything. It's not pretty. So make sure it looks nice and professional and colorful. Next, you want to add your description. And I always say something to this effect. I welcome everyone to the group, and I stress that it's a private forum where they can share whatever they would like, whenever they would like, and that it's a place to help us all stay on track and complete our programs. So I know challenge groups may seem like second nature to us right now, but some people have no clue what challenge groups are or what they're expected of. So make sure you're very clear about what you expect of them, what they can, different ideas of things they can post. Just make the transition easy, because a lot of people aren't used to the group atmosphere. I know I wasn't when I began. So I'm going to show you quickly how to use a little Canva. So right here, you're going to choose your Facebook cover. And then it's going to bring you to the blank template. And that's right over here. Don't worry about the head because that's not going to show up in the groups. And I'm going to go down to my uploads. And if you don't have, pictures uploaded, then go to Google or whatever and save them and just upload it to here. Then you're going to click on the one you want. It puts it right in there. And then you just drag and you fit it. And you can this makes awesome collages. It's what I use to make my collages for my Facebook profile page. And that's pretty much it. You download it and you add it into your group. So it's very simple and it's free. So after I set up my group, I am going to go in to my challenge group weekly guides. And these guides, they're in your back office, and they are the backbone and the foundation of your challenge group. They give you the proper amount of information, recipes, cross-selling opportunities. They give you business opportunities, success stories that go along with the program, and your Shakeology posts. If you're not using these, you're reinventing the wheel. They're all set up in daily formats. I go in every Sunday and I buffer, which I'll get to later. I buffer my posts for the following week for all of my groups, because when you're running 8 at a time, there is no way that I could post every single time in every single group every day, twice a day. I'd be in a loony bin. It's working way too hard. So if you don't know how to access these training group guides, let me show you quickly. They're in your Coach Online office. You're going to go to Sales and Marketing and Product Toolkit. Once in there, on the left-hand side, you are going to see all of the different programs. So I will choose Focus T25 and scroll down until you see Challenge Group Guides and Weekly Coaching Guide. You're going to want to do the PDF version, because in these guides, you are given the option to download a photo as well as the text that they provide for you. And if you download it in Word, the link is not active in it. So always choose the PDF. And there it is. Wow, my computer's really fast today. Not normal. And then we're going to go page down. And then I download, save the image to my computer. I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to copy these texts, the text that they give me. And it's really that simple. They have it all laid out day for day for the program. And this leads me to Buffer. Not only do I use these guides, I just want to throw in there quickly, I always add my own personal touches to the group, because you don't want to sound like a robot. You don't want to come off salesy. And some of these posts are kind of salesy. So you want to balance that out by adding your own personal things in there. I go on Pinterest and I go on Google and I find motivational quotes. I find recipes and workout pics, and I post all that kind of stuff in addition to the guides, because you want to make it real. So I'm going to go into Buffer app, and it's a social media scheduler. It's user-friendly, time saver, it simplifies, and if you're running a challenge group without Buffer app, then you're working way too hard. I schedule a whole week, sometimes 2 weeks in advance, if I know that I'm going to have a super busy week, or if I'm going on vacation. Like when I went to Florida back in March, I scheduled 2 weeks in advance, so I didn't have to worry about posting in my groups while I was away, and my groups were still producing information. So this is a sample Buffer post I'm going to show you. Here's my account. On the left-hand side is all of the groups that I'm helping to post in or I'm running. And what I have is a business plan. I don't have the free version, because the free version only allows you to post to one page. I pay, it's $90 a year. You can pay monthly installments, or you can pay, the one fee all at once. And it allows you to post up to 10 different groups. So that's definitely helpful for me if you're running multiple challenge groups. So what we do is, before, when I was in the guide, I copied all that information. So I'm in T25. I click here, and it'll post to multiple groups for you. You can, if you want to share one quote to all of your groups at the same time, you can do that. So I'm just going to paste that text that I had copied. I'm going to go in and I'm going to find that photo that I downloaded. And yep, there it is. And then it's ready to share. You can share it now, or you can schedule it. And here's the calendar. You can pick the date, you can pick the time. I always try to post first thing at 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's the first thing people see when they get up, if they're morning exercisers. And I always post around 5 p.m. or 5 to 8 p.m., somewhere around there, for people who have to wait until their kids go to bed and have to exercise at night. So I try to cater to both different types of people. So then you would just click schedule, and it adds it right to your feed, and it's So simple. Highly, highly recommend this. And if you need help setting up an account, I'll be, more than willing to help you out with that. Make it snazzy. Always, well, I know not always, but most times you want to use photos in your posts because it's eye-catching. I know if someone posts words only in a group, I scroll right by because it's boring and it's your forum and you need to make it appealing visually and grab people's attention because we're not in their living rooms. We need to make the challenge groups an exciting and vibrant place where they're going to want to come and check in daily. Posting in your group. Once you get your challenge group up and running, set a day of the week. I usually do Fridays. And this is where you're going to personally check in with each of your challengers and ask how their week went. To message from the group, it's relatively simple. You just go in, click on members, which is on the right-hand side. All your members are going to pop up, and then you're going to hover over their photo, and there's an option to message them. And I just go right down the line. I message everybody. How was your week? Do you have any questions? Anything like that, because sometimes people don't want to post their personal stuff in the group, and you can answer questions for them if you reach out to them personally, and they appreciate that you're doing the one-on-one thing and that you really care about how their week went. This is also where you can start planting seeds about the coaching opportunity by telling certain people that you're loving their posts that they're sharing, and you can even hand out little responsibilities such as, hey, Susie, I'm really busy today. Do you think you could find maybe a cool recipe or a motivational quote to share with the group? Because I can't fit in my schedule, and it'd be great if you could do that for me. Because it's putting them in the driver's seat and it's showing them that it's not scary to run a challenge group. Because a lot of people, I know I was when I did my first one, I was like, oh my God, like how do I do this? I'm so nervous. But by kind of easing them in there, when it comes time to plant that seed about the coaching, you can be like, you already know how to run a challenge group. You helped me post in my T25 group. You got this, So it builds up their confidence a little bit. You need to make sure that you're posting in your groups daily. Like I said, I shoot for twice a day in the morning and at night so that I'm ensuring my group is always producing information. You're going to have weeks where your groups are going to be dull and nobody is posting anything and you can hear crickets in there. But don't give up and don't fall into that. You need to think of a cool game that you could play with a prize, like a sample or something at the end of the week, or make a post that has a question to kind of boost engagement, that kind of thing. Because I have a 21-day fix group right now that's not going very well, and partially I think it's because I've never completed the full program. I've done the workouts, but I've never done the meal planning, which I do plan to do sometime in the near future. But I'm still posting in that group every single day because I know there's a couple people in there that aren't posting, but it doesn't mean that they're not getting anything from the group. They're watching. Because when I stopped posting in that group for 2 days, I had 2 girls message me and ask me, "Oh, where'd you go?" So just because they're not actively posting doesn't mean they're not getting anything out of the group. So don't discount those people. I always leave a comment when one of my challengers posts something. Leave a little encouraging sentence in there, acknowledge that you're listening to them, and appreciate that they're participating in the group. I like to acknowledge milestones. I do halfway marks and I do final week marks usually. I praise them for how far they've come and how proud of them I am for them getting this far. People love these milestones and it gives them a boost of confidence and self-esteem. So next is the final post for ending your group. When your group is winding down, this is where you're going to hit them with the graduation to another program or the coaching opportunity based on how your group went. I do this on the day after the last workout usually. You never want to let a group fizzle out with no ending because people will be like, okay, cool, like where do I go now? What do I do? So you need to give them a continued path for growth by getting the next step up in a program, by saying, we've completed 21 Day Fix, who's ready for 21 Day Fix Extreme? Or, we're all done with T25, so who's ready to step it up to Insanity? That kind of thing. Right now I'm plugging, because some of my challengers are halfway through beta T25 right now, so I'm starting to, put gamma in their mind to get them thinking about it. So you always need to give them a continued path for growth, by getting the next step up, like I said, or at least continuing their Shakeology with a discount buyer opportunity. You say, you're loving your Shakeology and you're drinking it daily. There's absolutely no reason for you not to be getting your 25% discount on this product. Reach out to them privately and ask them what they plan on doing to continue their new healthy lifestyle. So that's all I have for you tonight. I hope there was some good information that you could use in your challenge group. Your business really is going to flourish or flounder based on how you run these groups. I feel like a lot of people don't put enough emphasis into these challenge groups and realize how important they are to your business. You really need to put your heart into them, because people can tell if you're being fake or salesy. You need to go in there and pour out everything you know about the program, what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and be as real as possible. Like yesterday, I posted in my group, man, I did not want to work out today at all, and people like to see that you're human and not some like exercise goddess who never has a cheat day and never skips a workout, because we're human. We're all human. And that's what we need to project, because that's what people are going to respond the best to. You have to be encouraging and informative, and just keep things interesting for everyone. So if anyone has any questions on this subject, feel free to reach out to me. My passion, I love challenge groups, so I would love to help in any way I can. So I hope you all have a great night, and take care.